Hey, Yulia. What's wrong? What were you thinking just suddenly running out the house like that? Can't you see we were in the middle of eating lunch together? Mom was so surprised to see you go out. Where are you now? You need to come back here immediately.
No way, I'm not going back. Don't you understand? Why can your mother do such a terrible thing to me like that? What on earth is she thinking? Sorry, but I'm not tolerant enough to just go back, pretending as if nothing happened.
You need to calm down, Yulia.
How can I calm down in a situation like this? Don't tell me that you didn't see what happened. You noticed that only my plate was put on the floor deliberately, forcing only me to eat on the floor. With your mother saying that it's the family rules or something, but honestly, what kind of family rule is that?
Don't take it too seriously. Try to think of it this way. It's probably just a lame joke she made. I guess she just wanted to tease you and see how you would react.
Nope, that was definitely not what you call teasing. It was a complete harassment. She was insulting me and even enjoying the situation, which is so awful. I just can't stand her treating me like that.
No way. That can't be true.
Since it was the first time to eat at your house since we got married, all I wanted was to be able to build a good relationship with your mother. But now that seems impossible. Tell me, did I do something wrong or even make her upset? Because it seems that your mother just hates me for some reason.
No, that's not true. She doesn't hate you.
Then can you explain why she can do such a horrible thing to me? She really hurt my feelings. If I knew this was going to happen, I should not have come to visit her in the first place.
Hey, I understand that you were upset to find your lunch set on the floor. I suppose anyone would react the same way. I will definitely tell Mom about how you felt and will warn her to be more polite and respectful to you.
Whatever, but for now, can you please just let me go back home?
Come on, Yulia. Can you please try to come back to have lunch with us again? If you go now, you'll continue to be in an awkward relationship with my mom. You know, continuous effort are needed to keep good relationships with families.
Well, at least I tried. Listen, I visited your mother today and really wanted to get along with her. But if your mother continues this kind of behavior, I definitely can't work this relationship out with her. I certainly don't think I can stand this any further.
Hey, don't be irresponsible like that. Remember, as your husband, I will always be on your side. I'll be sure to try to settle this situation, so can you please try to talk to my mom once again?
Are you sure you'll be able to handle this? You really need to promise to be on my side. From now on, no matter what the situation or what your mother says, you have to defend me, all right? Never forget that I'm your wife and we're married.
Of course I'll promise. So how about this, just for today? Can you just try eating on the floor like Mom said?
Huh? Excuse me? Were you listening to what I just said? Can you give me a good reason to why I have to listen to your mother and eat on the floor? That's not how you treat your family, that's how you treat a dog.
Of course I understand what you mean, and there is no reason to show disrespect to you like this. But I want you to know that if you disobey her on the first move, the situation will definitely get worse. When Mom gets angry, she starts shouting hysterically and things get out of control. So for now, can we just try to pretend obeying to her and try to keep her in a good mood? This time, we will be the ones to deal with this situation in a calm and adult manner.
Are you out of your mind? I can't believe what you're saying. It's so exhausting trying to deal with your mother.
I know it's so troublesome to deal with elderly people. Just try to not care too much about my mom's lame comments. I assume eating on the floor doesn't mean anything serious. It's just a practical joke for her.
Well, then she definitely has a terrible sense of humor. But even if this is just a joke, she's still doing it with bad intention, right? That doesn't change the situation, and I definitely don't feel good about that.
Hey, who cares if mom doesn't like you? You don't meet her that often. Whatever she does, just let it go and don't let it bother you. You don't have to face against it each time.
Are you really sure that's the best way to deal with your mother?
Look, she's always been troublesome from the past. You're just going to get tired if you try to react to each of her behaviors.
All right, I get it. I'll do my best to try to tolerate with this. But do remember that it's only going to be when we're visiting your house. I'll be the one to handle this in an adult manner.
Hey, I'm really sorry. I feel really bad forcing you to do something like this.
Well, I'm sorry for getting so upset too. I'll try dealing with your mother, convincing myself that this is like handling difficulties at work.
Yulia, I assume you also have the day off tomorrow, right?
Yeah, I thought we were going out for dinner tomorrow. Where should we go to eat? Do you have any plans in mind?
Actually, my mom wants us to visit her again. So I was thinking, why don't we go over to my mom's house tomorrow?
Wait, do we have to go again? We've been going to your mother's house like every week these days. Don't you think we've been going there enough? Why don't we just spend the day with just the two of us this time?
But you do know what will happen if we don't go, right? She will definitely be in a bad mood. So for this week, let's visit my mom and let's go out to eat next week.
Hey, this situation hasn't changed at all. We keep on dealing with your mother's selfishness every single time. Honestly, do you really think this is necessary? Because it seems like I'm the actual one who's tolerating with it and not you.
But remember, this is my mom we're dealing with. It will get troublesome if she gets in a tantrum.
Oh, there you go again. After all, you're just scared of your mother and can't do anything to stop it.
Well, that's not true. It's not that I'm afraid of her or anything. I'm just saying that if we both be patient, mom will be in a good mood. And we will be able to continue a peaceful relationship with her.
Can't you see every time we visit your mother, I'm the one that has to eat on the floor and not you? Watching me go through that every time, don't you even think that's a horrible thing to do to your wife?
Well, think about it in this way. It's just eating on the floor, right? It can't be that bad. Can't you just deal with something like that?
What?
It's not like she's preparing something unhealthy or poisoning you, or even being violent to you. Just bear with it for the moment, quickly eat it up, and you're done. It's just simple as that.
What do you mean by simple as that? You think this is simple? Well, then you need to take this problem more seriously. She has no respect for me at all.
Why can't you just deal with it and let it go? It's just a few hours, once a week, that's all. Complaining about something like this makes it seem like you have no perseverance at all.
Hey, I've been patient enough these past 6 months. Doesn't matter how long or how often this happens. Few hours once a month is not something to bear with in the first place. I'm saying that this kind of attitude taken towards me even once is disrespectful.
But even so, you do understand that we can't refuse going over to her house, right? Can't you please also think about my situation and try to be in my shoes, too?
Huh? In your shoes? You know that's nothing compared to what I've been going through. Eating on the floor by myself with my husband just watching and doing nothing about it? Try being the one treated cruelly this way every time. Also, I can't understand why those meaningless family rules continue to be added more and more.
What? Being treated cruelly? Come on, it's not that bad. You are definitely exaggerating.
No, I'm not exaggerating. You know that it's not just being forced to eat on the floor that I'm complaining about. What I can't stand is your mother's attitude insulting me and being disrespectful.
Well, all she did was just point out your bad eating manners.
I definitely do not have bad eating manners. I was raised in a family that was really strict about eating manners. I was taught about eating manners in a strict discipline.
But as my mom says, you do have a bad posture when eating.
Well, can't you see that's because I'm forced to eat on the floor? How can I eat with good posture and sit straight in a position like that?
I assume there are more worse cases of mother-in-laws bullying daughter-in-laws. This is nothing compared to that, so don't be so hysteric.
Why can't you try to care about me more? It's just always about you and your mother when we have this conversation. How about my feelings? I'm your wife, and remember, you promised to be on my side when we first visited her.
That's because even though I continue to say, just bear with it, you keep on complaining about it, and it's getting so annoying. I'm just so tired of hearing your complaints all the time.
Don't you realize it's way past the level of tolerance?
Remember, you actually did say that you'll try to deal with it in the first place. Don't say that was a lie.
Well, that's because I didn't think we would visit her so often. And the terrible insults from your mother are getting even worse and worse. Of course I can't tolerate it. I've been asking you to do something about this for quite a while, but apparently you have done nothing to solve this. And even though I'm still putting up with it, now you're saying that I can't even complain about it?
I'm just fed up with your lack of tolerance. You're the worst among all my ex-girlfriends from the past.
Hey, don't even try to compare me with your ex-girlfriends. I don't care about others at all. I am who I am and proud of it.
You're the only one that complains this much about my mom. Though my mom might seem a bit mean. She acts like that just because she's lonely that her son has been taken away from her. My mom has been single for over 10 years, so I'm the only family she has. Try to understand her feelings as a mother.
What? Understand her feelings? Well, even so, that doesn't mean she has a reason to insult me in that way. And come to think of it, isn't that the reason why your mother is still single? Of course, she'll continue to be lonely if she keeps living with that kind of attitude.
Oh, why are you so narrow-minded? How can you say such a cruel thing? Now, I suddenly feel really sorry for my mom to have such a cruel daughter-in-law.
Wait, can you tell me why you are the one to be so sorry? Your mother is definitely the one who's cruel. She owes me an apology for all the terrible things she's done to me.
Oh, there you go again. Okay, that's enough. If you don't like visiting my mom, then just forget about it, alright? From now on, I'm not going to count on you at all. So you don't need to think about visiting her anymore.
What kind of attitude is that? Why can you be so careless about me? You're not trying to understand my feelings or even consider confronting this problem at all.
But you said that you don't want to meet my mom, right? Well then, fine. I don't want to take a wife to my house that constantly complains about my mom. That's what you want, right?
Okay, I got it. No matter what I say, it seems that you're never going to be on my side.
How can I be supportive to such a narrow-minded wife?
All right, whatever you say. I should be the only one to put up with this, right? Okay, I'll continue to follow your absurd family rules. Now, are you satisfied with that?
Well, you should have done so in the first place. As you are the daughter-in-law, you don't have the right to refuse. Hey, Yulia. Where are you now? By the way, what's going on with this dinner? Are you trying to insult me, putting dinner on the floor?
Oh, finally, you're home.
Why is my dinner on the floor? That's not something you do to a husband that just came home tired from work. How can you have such a bad personality?
By the way, that's not me who set up your dinner. Look around the house. Isn't my mom there?
What? Your mother?
Yeah, my mom. She's the one who prepared today's dinner for you.
Well then, can you explain why the dinner is placed on the floor?
Oh, she's just following our traditional family rules too.
What do you mean?
Oh, I'm so sorry. Didn't I tell you about our family rules? That absurd husbands deserve to eat on the floor. I've always been the one to obey your absurd family rules, right? So of course I assume you can do the same for my family, right? Hey, don't take it too seriously, just bear with it. It's as simple as that. Well then, now that you finally have a chance to talk with my mom, I hope the two of you will get along. Good luck.
Hey, is your mother upset with something? Her eyes look very angry.
Oh, is my mom still there? Did you do something to make her angry? My mom gets really scary when she gets upset. She's a classical Japanese dance teacher, but even her adult students cry when she gets angry. And remember, she's really strict about eating manners, so you need to be really careful when eating. Especially bad posture.
She's forcing me to kneel down so she can scold me? This is so insane. Come back home and get me out of this situation.
No way. Why do I have to help you? You've never tried to help me out. So you definitely deserve this after all the terrible things I experienced. And actually, I'm the one who asked my mom to come over to our house to do this. I wanted her to teach our family rules to a husband who has bad manners and a bad personality. After hearing all the cruel things done to me by your mother and the careless comments from you, she seemed really eager to do so.
What? Did you really have to say that to her? Your mother looks so furious.
Hey, don't take things too seriously from your mother-in-law. She's probably just teasing you. So just let it go. It's just having dinner and a conversation with her for a couple of hours, so bear with it. Remember all the comments you made before? You're the one who was talking about all the lack of tolerance.
Oh, I get it. This is supposed to be some kind of revenge or punishment towards me, right?
Hopefully now you can understand what I was going through all these months. Married couples should be treated equally, you know. I've never been treated equally or felt any respect from your mother or even you. So you should experience how eating on the floor alone is so disrespectful too. Just go ahead and enjoy the company with my mom as long as you wish.
Wait, Yulia. Come back home immediately. Don't you dare leave me alone with your mother any longer. I don't think I can stand it.
I'm the one who always goes to your house, so now it's your turn. When was the last time you came to visit my mom? It's about time you spend some quality time with my mom, too.
But your mother is too scary.
I can't believe you are such a miserable guy. Remember, you're the one who always forces me to be patient, saying just bear with it. If it's that simple, why don't you try being the patient one? This time it's your turn to show your tolerance.
No, Yulia, please don't make me go through this. How long do I have to take this punishment? I don't think I can take this any longer. This is torture.
Really? Is that so? Then that's great. Well, good luck.
Wait, Yulia, this is not fair. Can you please just come back home ASAP?
No way. Why do I have to listen to what you say? Today I'm going to go out for dinner. And I'm not planning to come back home for another 3 hours. So continue to enjoy your dinner with my mom.
What? Are you serious? I have to continue to bear with this situation for another 3 hours? Can you at least try to come back home a little earlier?
Oh, come on. It's just 3 hours, right? That is nothing compared to the long hours I've spent at your house these past months.
That's true, but...
And through this opportunity, I think you can learn a lot of things from my mom. Her advice should definitely be useful, so you should really listen to her. Well then, good luck. I expect that you learn a good lesson from this. Hoping you will finally realize what I was trying to say and change your mind about this situation.
Yulia, I'm terribly sorry. I have to confess that I was completely wrong about this. I really apologize for being so disrespectful to you throughout the whole time.
Are you finished being scolded by my mom?
Yeah, and your mother was kind enough to give me a chance to say sorry to you. So please, do let me apologize.
Oh, so now you finally get it. I'm really glad that my mom's long lecture actually worked. And it seems that you learned a lesson from this.
Yeah, I definitely did. I also ate dinner on the floor while being scolded by your mother, just like you have been experiencing for the past months. And I finally understood what you were going through. I admit that what my mom made you do was such a disrespectful behavior. I should have taken this more seriously and should have stopped this behavior earlier. I also felt so miserable for not being more caring and thoughtful to you.
Well, it's about time you finally realized how I felt after all these months. Remember, all you got was being scolded by my mom about what you did. But I'm the one who always eats on the floor and gets insulted from your mother based on complete nonsense. Do you understand how miserable and frustrated I felt?
Yeah, now I can understand. I bet that must have been a really painful experience that I can even imagine.
But throughout those times, all you said to me was, "This is nothing, just bear with it." When I complained about this, you were completely on your mother's side and you didn't even try to care about me even once. And even saying something horrible to me like, "I shouldn't have married you." Do you also remember that you said, "I feel sorry for my mom to have such a daughter-in-law"?
Hey, I'm really sorry. I apologize. I was completely wrong. I know that was such a stupid thing to do.
Then that means you're admitting that I was not wrong after all, right?
Of course. You're absolutely right. I do agree that my mom was too harsh on you. You had no reason to go through such a horrible experience. I will definitely have my mom apologize to you.
Well, I actually want your mother to apologize directly to me in person and not through any text messaging. And I absolutely want an apology from you too.
All right, once you come home, I will do anything you wish. I'll even kneel down on my knees to apologize. I'm really sorry, so please forgive me.
Well, I'm glad you understand now. Honestly, I was considering a divorce with you if this situation didn't change.
What? A divorce?
Actually, I went ahead and prepared the divorce papers. It was all ready to the point where all you had to do was sign it.
Oh, Yulia, don't do this to me. I don't want to divorce you. I swear I will change my attitude towards you from now on, so please reconsider our relationship. And of course, from now on, you will never have to come visit my mom at my house.
Wait, are you really sure? Can I trust what you're saying? Because isn't that going to make your mother angry?
Losing you, Yulia, is definitely more depressing than getting my mom upset. I have been mistaking the person I've had to be supportive to all this time. It seems that I was too dependent on your kindness and misunderstood what was really important.
Wow, I guess my mom's lecture really did work. But even though it seems you're regretting your behavior, please do keep in mind that I am not going to completely forget about divorcing you and still considering this to some extent.
What? Tell me, what can I do to have you forgive me?
Just now you said that you'll apologize by kneeling to the ground, right?
That's right, I did say that. Of course, I'll apologize kneeling on the ground or anything you wish.
Well then, can I have a sincere apology from the both of you? You and your mother kneeling to the ground?
Yulia, are you serious? I need to bring my mother into this too?
Of course you need to. Because she's actually the one who caused all of this and was completely wrong in the first place. So I definitely think I should receive an apology from her kneeling down with her head right on the floor.
I see what you're saying, but that might be something really difficult to ask. You know how much pride my mom has.
then that's exactly why she should be the one to apologize in front of me. I never want her to feel that she can take any control of me as she wishes. And remember, I want her to apologize so deeply, even if you have to hold your mother's head against the floor.
What? I am the one who has to do that?
Of course it's you. Who else? You see, I can never forgive you until you show me that much respect. But now that you understand what I went through, it's an easy thing to do for me, right? Until now, you always prioritized your mother and was on her side no matter what I said. So I can't completely believe you until you do something as convincing like this. I definitely need to see this with my own eyes to continue our marriage.
All right, I'll do as you say. I will definitely have my mom apologize by kneeling down on the floor.
Oh, great. Well, isn't that something to look forward to?
Of course. You need to trust me. I'll promise to work this out with my mom. By the way, I assume you're about to come home soon, right?
Nope. I'm sorry. I can't go back home yet. I've decided to stay at my mom's house for a while. So can you go ahead and discuss this with your mother? And you can just stop by our house when you and your mother are ready to apologize to me in person.
What? Are you planning to spend the night at your mother's house?
That's because I don't think I can stand seeing your face until I receive a sincere apology. I'm so upset that I don't even know what I might do to you. I might even hit you. But I definitely don't want to solve this with violence. And I need some time to think this through and calm down.
All right, I understand. I'll promise to visit your mother's house tomorrow with my mom. And I will definitely apologize to you from the bottom of my heart.
Well, please be sure to do so. I will not forgive you without a sincere apology. And remember that if this situation continues, this divorce will not end peacefully. Be sure to tell your mother, too. And remember to say this right in her face. It's our family rules to be harsh on a disrespectful mother-in-law. The next day, my husband brought his mother to our house and apologized as he promised. And once they saw my mother and my face, they knelt to the ground to apologize at our front door immediately. At first, my mother-in-law seemed to hesitate to apologize, as I expected she would be. But the moment my husband got angry and yelled at her, she became so quiet and started apologizing to me. I guess it was the first time for my husband to actually yell at her, so she seemed to be really shocked. You could even see her emotions by looking at the color of her face turning red and then looking so pale. And eventually, my husband held her head against the floor and they both apologized, kneeling down. His mother looked as if she was about to cry in front of us. My mom and I were fed up with watching this scene, but after finally forgiving them, we made a promise that we will never be involved with each other again. I also declared that I will not divorce my husband for now, but also made it clear that I do not intend to attend his mother's funeral whatsoever. And ever since they came to apologize, I've never met my mother-in-law after that. As a sign of forgiveness, my husband committed to break off the relationship with his mother and still continues to apologize to me. He doesn't even mention his mother at all in front of me, so he is probably trying to be really considerate, learning from his past mistakes. But even though the situation has seemed to improve, to be honest, I'm still considering divorce as I continue this marriage. It's absolutely difficult to rebuild one's trust again in a relationship, especially after going through such an incident. This situation will probably depend on how my husband's attitude will change over the years to come. So I desperately wish that my husband is regretting this whole incident from the bottom of his heart and will continue to try and care about me throughout our marriage. Thank you for watching Peep Talk videos. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to this channel. Also, feel free to leave any comments. Please visit us again to check out the next video.